Okay, so I want to do. I'm going to send one more of these out, and it's not part of the worksheet, but I think I have four of them here. I only say two, but so I want to have you do a couple more double replacements because they're a little bit difficult to balance. With with the with combustion, you always start out with the alkane, put a one in front, and so forth. Go back and forth through the carbon, hydrogen, then finish off with the oxygens. For single replacement, you usually start with a negative ion, and then balance, then get that the same on both sides, and then fix whatever's attached to on the other side and go back and forth. Okay. For double replacement, there's two negative ions, and so usually I still like to start with negative ion, but I like to start with negative ion with the most subscripts, and so that could be like so NO3, you know, especially if it says NO3 and there's two of them. Okay, so I would start out with this guy here. So if there was like Ca, if this is in a chemical equation, and I want to balance it, I would probably start with this guy here because this and I'd start with this ion right here because it's a negative ion and it has the most subscripts. It has a 3 and a 2. So that's the kind of thing I look for when I do a double replace. Doesn't always work, but so the first one is potassium carbonate plus calcium nitrate. Again, you just swap the names. So potassium goes to nitrate, calcium goes with the carbonate. Um, so you come up with the correct chemical formulas, right? And then what you do is I want to start out um, with my nitrate. I have two nitrates here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 2 here. So the first thing is to get two nitrates. All right. Okay. Well, then next thing I would do is to check my potassiums. I have two Ks. So I come over here and second thing, two Ks, and it's done. Okay. And so this is the balanced equation. So that was simple. All right, next one, silver nitrate with or plus magnesium chloride produces silver chloride and magnesium nitrate. So here's the chemical formulas. Okay, and I'm going to start out with this guy right here because this negative ion has the most subscripts, 3 and a 2. So so I want to have two nitrates. So I'm going to go over here and put a 2. Okay, all right. And then I have 2 in front of the AG, so I have to go over here and put a 2 in front of this AG. All right. All right, and then I look at my chlorides. I have 2 chlorides here, and if you look here, it's good. Okay, and the magnesiums are good as well. All right. Okay, so lithium phosphate plus iron carbonate yields lithium carbonate and iron phosphate. So write the chemical formulas, and I'm going to start balancing with my carbonates. So I have 3. Okay, so I have 3 carbonates here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 here. So now I have 3 carbonates. First thing is get 3 carbonates. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this. And now look, I have 6 lithiums. So I go over here, and so I need 6 lithiums. That's my second step. So it's 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so my lithiums are now balanced. Okay, now I stick with this substance here. I look at my phosphates. I have 2 phosphates. So I come over here and put a 2. That's my third step, is to get 2 phosphates. And that's fixed. And then look at my irons. I need 2 irons, and it's done. Okay. All right. Again, you usually start with the substance has the most subscripts and go back and forth. Okay, then I stick with the wherever I go. So if I go here, fix the carbonate, then I fix the lithium, and then I fix the phosphate, and then if I need to, I fix. Right, aluminum hydroxide, strontium sulfide, aluminum sulfide, sodium hydroxide. Okay, here's the correct formulas for each one of those. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is start with my OHs. So I have 3 OHs over here and 2 over here. I have to make them common. What's common between 3 and 2 is 6. So if I put a 2 here and a 3 here, I will have 6 hydroxides on both sides. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is balance either my aluminums or my strontiums or my sulfides. I'm going to go ahead with my aluminums. So I got 2 aluminums here. Now look, oh, I got 2 aluminums there, so they're done. Okay, all right. So now let's look at strontium. So I have 1 strontium here, and I have 3 over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 3 and put it in front of here. Okay, and then I have 3 strontiums. And then if you look, now I have 3 sulfides, and I am done. So the first thing here to do is to get 3 strontiums, and then I needed to have the 3 sulfides, which I already had. This one checked out. Okay, so there's some other examples when you do these. It just takes a little bit of thinking. There's a lot more. There's a little bit more to it. So hopefully you've seen enough of these examples to help you through. Okay.